Hello and welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Joined by Bob, Cory, and Todd. Cory, how are you?
Oh, hello. I am fan-freaking-tastic, sir. Todd, how about yourself?
Stupendous, Cory. I am stupendous. Bob Beep, how are you?
Superfluous, sir. All right, if you are new to the show, thank you for joining us. If you're returning, keep doing that every week. You can find us in previous episodes anywhere out where you get a podcast. You can also follow us on YouTube and subscribe. You can email us if you have any questions for us, if you want something you want us to talk about on the show, at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or just DM us on Instagram, where you should be following us anyway.
Damn it.
Anyway.
Shocker.
All right, boys. So have we talked about Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts, as in the science of a thunderbolt?
No, Cory, I'm talking about the new Marvel film.
Oh.
We've not.
Yeah.
We've not.
Oh, son of a bee. Here we go.
Yeah. So spoiler free, just to say, Marvel did a good job. They're finally getting back on track. I think if you have been following them at all and you have not been enjoying some of the films that have come out or the TV shows on Disney Plus, I think that they've kind of settled into their groove, and I think they're on their way back up to greatness. Just want to put that out there.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Do you think Mary would go with you to see it?
No.
Would she let you go by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just like, okay, oh, where are you going? Going out to see Thunderbolts. See you later.
Would she let you go by? Mary's like, no, Todd.
Yeah.
You are not going to the movie theater by yourself.
Would you have been
movie.
surprised to hear that that's what happened?
Me and Jerome are always hanging out anyway.
I do not see Mary as that kind of person.
I can't put the popcorn in my mouth. That's what Jerome's there for. He's feeding me popcorn the whole show.
Exactly.
I can't get butter all over these fingers.
Exactly.
Enough with the popcorn, Jerome. I need the Fresca. I need my Fresca.
What if
Fresca?
Yeah.
I got my frozen Coke, frozen Pepsi with cherry in it, Bob. I know, punk bitch.
I can't get my fingers all buttery. What if I have to fire off an email to Jeff Bezos? That's what Jerome's here for.
How are you going to steer the helicopter?
Those buttery fingers. That's why you put that butter protective coating on the helicopter steering wheel, didn't you?
Wait, what?
No slip grip.
Wait, what's that, Bob? What fucking Todd died? Todd died this weekend in a helicopter
They
crash?
were coming back from Thunderbolts.
Exactly.
And from what you say, buttery fingers. Yeah, knew it.
Or the jerkins.
Ooh.
Those slippery little sausages just slipped right off that steering wheel. Down the copter went.
Starting out on kind of a grim note here, fellas, with Todd perishing in a helicopter accident.
Exactly.
So sorry, Todd. Sorry.
But with a smile on my face.
Yeah, what
Clearly.
a movie. What a film.
Clearly smiling, though.
Hey, I mean, if you're going to die, might as well have buttery fingers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go down like a champ.
We don't have any nostalgia artwork, do we?
No, we do not, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. That's something we're going to have to figure out at some point.
Yeah, I could probably do that for us.
Yeah, but in
Just
the
take
meantime,
a picture of Bob.
Ooh, wow.
Listen,
Wow, wee, wow.
yeah. Todd coming in hot. He's like, I just died in a helicopter crash, bitch.
Word.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on your side for the rest of the show. Well, Cory, I think in lieu of getting the artwork ready, maybe you can kick this off with a nostalgia idea.
A nostalgia idea and question to pose to you guys?
Yeah, a little look back in our younger days, and
Just to us or to the audience?
to the audience. But they're going to have to DM us on Instagram and tell us their answer to this puzzler that you're going to propose.
This puzzler that I'm going to
Puzzler.
propose.
Exactly.
Why did you have to?
I don't know.
All right.
I was really like, could you see my
Exactly.
brain just going like, where is it? Give me a word.
Puzzle me.
This puzzler.
Puzzler.
You're going to
That's what you
propose.
came up with?
That's what hit the old brain first?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Cory proposes a puzzler.
Oh, man. So my puzzler is, I was...
Puzzle me, Cory. Puzzle me.
I'm going to puzzle you good, Todd.
Puzzle you so hard.
I'm going to puzzle you so hard. You're not even going to believe it, buddy. Going to leave you puzzled and satisfied.
I don't even want to get to the question at this point.
Wait, can you be puzzled and satisfied?
100%.
If puzzling satisfies you,
Exactly.
yes.
Puzzle me.
Yeah, okay. I just thought when I said it, I'm like, those sound like two opposites of each other.
I love that it makes Cory sound like a Batman villain. The puzzler.
Exactly.
That's what I was going for.
Stumping you with his puzzles until you're satisfied.
Until you're
Puzzle me.
satisfied.
Puzzle me.
So my puzzler is...
Yeah. Stop. I'm going to mute myself so you can get the question out.
So I was thinking to myself the other day when I was lying on the couch watching TV and Danielle was passed out and
You were jerking it hard.
that's only when she's kind of awake.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jerkins.
Yeah, those buttery fingers working that jerkin.
Got to get it off somehow. Both things.
Yeah. Have we gotten to the question yet?
No, not yet.
You're just setting the stage.
Setting the stage.
Exactly.
And I thought to myself, I said, you know what? I said, I miss there's a lot of things we did when we were younger in our late 9, 10, 11, our teenage years. And I said, I wish we could go back and do
9, 10, 11, our teenage years?
Yeah, sure.
That's a very broad
Hell of a
range.
span.
broad
From
range.
9 to 19.
I know. Oh, well, yeah, okay, even 19, I'll give you that. Sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 10
19,
year span.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a lot of things that we did that you don't see today's kids doing. We'd go out and from dawn until dusk, we were on our bikes all day long riding around the neighborhood. And I mean, there was 10 to 12 of us at any given point. So people always saw you out and about. Like I just don't see that today. Like there's maybe 3 kids on our block that we see out in the summer, cruising around on their little scooters and all that. But past that, that's it.
Are they young, the kids that are out?
Yeah. I'd say they're probably 10, 11.
Okay.
So.
Right
Yeah.
at the bottom of the range that you described.
Right at the bottom, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Like I miss that. And I think kids should, with stuff with technology is great. We use it a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's used a little too much sometimes, especially for people that age.
Bravo, Cory. I think you're understating the craziest of. Yeah, absolutely. Kids need to be outside, interacting with people, not playing video games in the basement, smoking pot.
Yeah, but how do you get back to a world in which you could say, "Mom, I'm going out to play," grab your bike, and then you're just gone until you want to come back? How do you even get back to a world like that?
I know it's a different day and age now with things out there and how sad our world can be at points. But I mean, I guess I don't have an immediate answer for you because I know there are certain things that parents are terrified of and as they should be. It's their child and all that. But I don't know. I just feel like there's got to be some sort of way because it's needed.
I have an idea. I think the thing that we have to do is probably the hardest thing. We need to build more community, and we need to expand the notion of what community means, right? It used to be the reason when kids could leave the house and play all day and nobody worried about it, because if I was 2 blocks or 15 blocks away from my house, my mom knew where I was, even if I'd never told her, because if we were doing something wrong or making too much noise, one of the other moms was looking out and calling and letting people know either she knew about what was going on or she wasn't happy with what was going on. But there was a sense of community back then. And I think technology has us texting each other rather than actually sitting face to face with each other. And So we have to get back and demonstrate it for young people who were born into this. I mean, I think Bob and I are really lucky being a part of Gen X. We weren't born into this level of technology, but we've grown up in it. And so we've seen, and like you, Cory, you're on the tail end of it, right? Going outside and playing with your friends, right? Now, even if you had the latest Nintendo in your house, you still spent more time outside than in the basement because, you know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, we had Nintendo 64 and all that, all the best systems, but it was a wintertime thing, or an at night thing. If you were having buddies over to have a sleepover, or whatever. Then that's
it wasn't the primary.
No, we didn't give two shits about that when it was a nice summer day and we could be outside, riding our bikes, playing street hockey, doing whatever around the neighborhood. Yeah, it took such a backseat.
Yeah, and I think that's because we, and I'll blame the older generations, we haven't stuck to building community and keeping it. We've kind of slid into that disconnectedness, which is cool because you can meet people from all over the world, but you're not actually while you build community, it's hard to build community around anything where people aren't all in the same spot where they can actually move the system. I think we got to learn to talk to each other, even if we don't agree on our politics. We need to look out for each other's kids, even if we don't agree on our politics. We got to do all these things together. And guess what? Then you could send your kid out to play all day and not worry that somebody's going to molest them because people are going to be looking out. And if people see somebody strange, they're going to go outside and do something. I mean, building that, there's tons of people like that. I mean, I think all of us, if you saw someone doing something wrong, you would intuitively do something and you wouldn't care if they were wearing a logo of a party you didn't agree with. We need more people to do that.
And to circle back a little bit, what Todd just said, that's my answer, Bob. That's perfectly said.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree because our neighborhood was the same way. You knew everyone on your block. And yeah, it didn't matter how far away you went. Parents knew how to get in touch with other parents, no matter what.
Absolutely. Especially if you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
I remember that was the worst, right? Getting freaking. You're like, no way anyone saw me do that.
Well, that's the thing. It's probably easier for kids that age nowadays to hide things than it was back then for us. I shouldn't say for us. I mean, I was. Like Todd said, I'm on the tail end of that.
Yeah, you never got in trouble.
Well, I'm not saying that, but
and even think about that. Even the people we all had someone in the neighborhood who was on the fringe who was kind of different or didn't quite fit in, but even they kind of were part of that community. Even though they didn't have necessarily the status, they weren't invited to parties, but even that person was looking out back then. That was the normal thing. Because if they weren't like a part of the system, then everybody would be looking at them for everything that went wrong. So again, being that community is a big thing, I think.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. But I think the original part of that being, what was something that you guys did when you were younger that you don't see kids doing nowadays, or whether it be a game, whatever.
I got one. I got an easy one.
Yeah.
Dialing rotary phones.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're saying, can you get off the phone, please? I have to make a call.
Exactly.
I'm missing. They're calling right now. And they're like, no, they're not.
This is where I feel
got
bad.
Another one, Bob. Being bound to like 3 feet that you could walk away from actually where the phone was mounted on the wall.
Oh, no, dude. See, Todd, you all you needed was that housewife extension cord. My mom had one of those. She could go anywhere in that house with that corded phone.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I think Cory was in an age where, like, they'll leave a message. It'll go on voicemail on the phone.
No, dude, no.
You had an answering machine?
This is what I feel bad about, like, because now some of these things, like even the rotary phone, like Grandma Selesky had a rotary phone that I had to use.
Yeah.
So, like, even though I'm
so you're old now. You're old. You're not as young as you think.
That's what I'm saying. Even though I'm much younger than you guys, now that all these things we're bringing up, and I'm like, well, yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not old enough where you lived at a time like Todd and I did where you didn't have voicemail and like answer machines were not a thing that everybody had.
And you paid extra for call waiting.
That's right.
I remember when we got call waiting.
Otherwise somebody just got.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm pretty sure we
And you're like, oh no, she doesn't want to talk to me. Oh man.
I'm pretty sure we did always have voicemail though. I can't say there was a time that I remember that we didn't have it.
Okay.
So I'll give you that.
Wow. I think if I ever see in any movie where somebody screams from one floor to another, get off the phone, I'll break out laughing because that's just the whole way that we communicated back when I was a child. I mean,
yeah,
because nobody in my home was springing for call waiting, so everybody got the freaking which meant that if you were when I was trying to freaking mac on my little grade school,
grade school,
you know, Bob, I was a player back in the day,
I guess. Now that's a wide range, right? Corey would say that's from kindergarten
9 to 19.
Grade. Yeah,
9.
Well, you're grade school.
Yeah, 9. I was in grade school when I was 9.
Okay, so you were macking on chicks when you were 9. Were you getting any results?
Dude,
hold on. Were these 9-year-old girls you were macking on, or were these older women like 19?
The teacher bitch.
Damn it, not that 9 to 9. I was working in that 9 to 19 range as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah, back then you had to, if you wanted to use the phone, you didn't just need to use the phone. You had to come up with a reason why you needed to use the phone. Justify for me what's so important for you to call Billy down the street.
That I need to get off the phone.
Yeah. I'm talking to your grandmother. Okay.
Exactly.
That's so to take that even further, I'm assuming both you guys had a AOL phase.
No.
Todd, you never had AOL?
No, because I was actually a Prodigy beta tester.
Okay.
So I never had AOL.
AOL either.
Oh, dude, that was a trip too. Because if you wanted to get online, you had to go through the phone line.
Yeah.
So again, people would be calling left and right.
Yeah.
And if you were on AOL, they would just get that busy tone. And they'd keep calling and calling and calling. And then finally at some point, I'm like, oh, my mom was supposed to call like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Are you online? You're like, oh, shit. Like, close. And then, of course, the call would come through.
Yeah.
And then, or, you'd go to sign on to AOL and it would knock the person off the phone. And oh, man, the times I got yelled at for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was another thing too, Todd, to defeat the old 3-foot phone cord. My mom had a phone in the kitchen with the 375-foot cord. And then there was also a phone in the basement that my dad installed. So if she was down there by the washer and dryer, she could have the phone down there as well.
Right.
And there'd be plenty of days that she'd be down there talking with her mom, doing laundry, and the computer was all the way upstairs, 2 floors up, and I'd go to sign on, and next thing I know, Cory!
Get off.
Did you just try to sign online? Again, click. No, Mom.
Yeah, I don't think I'll bet that kids, like young kids nowadays, 9 to 19, again, in that age range, probably have never had to deal with that, have never had to deal with even your mom yelling up from the basement saying, hang up the other line.
Yeah.
I've gone down to the basement, picked up the phone down there, hang it up, shouting up the stairs. Yeah.
I have another one.
Sure.
Drive a vehicle with 3 on the tree.
I don't know that I've ever done that.
Yeah, I definitely haven't.
Where rather you still have your clutch mechanism and the stick, but the stick shift rather than being kind of on it's on the actual stock. Like if you have an automatic right now on the steering wheel, that was your shifter.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it was a 3 speed, so three on the tree. So you would actually shift using that. What would be in an automatic, the stick, that's not, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to.
Yeah, you're shifting gears from a lever.
Yeah.
on the steering column.
Correct. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know my dad had cars like that, but by the time I got old enough to drive, those were gone weren't in the family anymore.
But I've gotten to drive my old high school football coach. He had a truck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we had to learn how to drive it because we had to when we would go fishing. We had to get from here to there. So learned how to. But I'm like, no kid's ever going to see anything like that. That's as exotic.
Yeah, it's like ashtrays in cars and.
Well, yeah, I think you can still.
You know,
but I was surprised to find out you can still buy manual window openers. I didn't even think that was a thing anymore.
Is it really? Holy shit.
Still, you can. It's still an option on. I think all, if not most, vehicles. But I didn't.
You talk about the crank down your window.
Correct.
You can get that on request.
I think on request. I think you have to pay extra for it now.
You have to pay extra to make it harder to roll down the window.
Dude, you know how much it costs to keep the inventory of that trash?
Yeah.
There was a TikTok. I'll have to see if I can find it, but it was talking about that when you had to reach over when someone's on your passenger door.
Yeah.
Let it in. Leaning over, cranking the window down. You're like,
yep.
Whew, okay, all right. And then you had to lean back over, roll it back up.
I forgot. God damn it. And then you got to roll it up.
I felt like I was in a time capsule. I was in a parking lot the other day, and I saw a guy stick a key into the side of the door of his car to open it. I'm like, I don't know that I've seen that in 20 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember the last time I've actually had to even take my key out of my pocket.
Dude, every vehicle that I own, every time the battery dies and the doors are locked, I have to go onto YouTube to find out how to actually find the hidden spot, how to take the key apart, and how to find the hidden entry for it.
Be able to pop everything open.
Yeah, I think the phone is definitely something that's changed almost with every different generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows what, the next generation is going to grow up with.
Speaking, Skype went. Skype is now gone. It went officially out of business.
Yeah, I did see that. I'm okay with that.
Still, but I mean, they were like groundbreaking tech.
Yeah, I was not a fan though. It never worked right. I mean, come on.
I agree. But free calling around the world.
Yeah.
They had their moonshot moment.
Yeah, wasn't it called freaking with a PH on the front? People who like that was their geek hobby was to
call people on Skype
to set it up where they could have a network where they could reliably call anywhere from any device without paying for the call.
Paying for it.
Back when you had to pay for the
I
distance of the call.
Sure,
Mm-hmm.
I do not know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I remember
yes.
actually. Oh shit,
Long
distance rates.
Oh yeah, or roaming charges.
Roaming charges. Yeah. Yeah. If you had to pay roaming charges, you were like, nope, not interested. I don't need to talk to that person that bad.
Yeah.
This can't be that important. Why do I have to call them back? You're not my area code.
Sorry, can't talk to you.
Oh no. Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Looks like we're not talking.
Dude, this reminds me as well. For Christmas one year, Mary bought me, this is for all the noobs, this is absolutely going to date me. Mary bought me a bag phone for like $600 for Christmas one year. And so basically it was a cellular phone, but it was big. It was the size of a regular, like, I guess people wouldn't even know in the house, like a big house phone. It was about the size of a I was going to say Yellow Pages. I'm definitely dating myself here.
Yeah, you come up with some.
You're going backwards, Todd.
Yeah, more recent references.
The size of maybe two French bulldogs side by side.
Oh, that's just weird.
Was the size of my.
That's just weird.
It was the size of my bag phone, and Mary paid like $600 for it for Christmas, and then like literally, if you made a call, it was like $2.57 a second. And so I remember, like, my phone bills were like $500, and Mary's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Who are you talking to?" Everybody,
You're like, I only made 2 calls this month.
That was a 5-minute phone call.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What about what about speaking of you got me thinking then, talking about AOL, to one of the other topics we talked about, hit touchdown tonight, was favorite video games. And you know, kind of where, or did you want to go with first video game?
I don't even know. I can't even really remember that.
No? Okay.
So I can favorites. I can definitely do because I got several favorites.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
Are we talking specific systems? Are we talking?
If you want to break it down?
What's the criteria?
System? Sure. I mean, you want to go with a? We'll just make this a list. Top 3 list.
So top 15.
So here's how about we just do this? I can just tell you the systems I had.
Sure. And your favorite game on each.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we started with a regular Nintendo. I wanted to say Duck Hunt was probably my favorite on that.
Okay.
Then we went to Super Nintendo.
Wait, hold on. With Duck Hunt, did you have like an accessory, like an actual gun?
We had the gun accessory.
Okay.
Then we went to Super Nintendo. For that, I would have to say probably Street Fighter.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a game. Mm-hmm. After Super Nintendo, we went to the Nintendo 64. And that was, and like you said prior, I think I have mentioned it before, but GoldenEye was the king of kings when it came to Nintendo 64 for us. And then after that, I think we went to an Xbox after that. And that, I mean, Call of Duty, that's when it was in its heyday when Xbox first came out. So that was definitely the go-to game.
What was your record for the longest Call of Duty session you had?
Oh man, there wasn't too many like actually like 18 hours or anything like that. Maybe a full like day of like just 8 hours maybe.
Okay.
Because I was working and everything back then too. By the time we got around to having Xbox and online connectivity and all that, so it's kind of hard to get a good gaming session in. But there's a couple nights where we'd stay up all night playing.
All night playing.
Yeah.
How about you, Todd? Cory, did you end with the Xbox? That was your last?
Yeah, and then we ended up getting an Xbox 360, and I really didn't play that too much. Again, just Call of Duty games on there.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
How about you, Todd?
All right. Let me see here. The first game, I think the first video game system I ever owned was an Atari. Before like the 5200 or whatever, but the original Atari. And my favorite game was the battle game that came free with the system, where you either fought tanks or you did the airplanes, where you could fly all over the place and you shot the shoot 'em ups with the tanks and the airplanes. That was my favorite Atari game by far. But I also love to play a little bit Defender and Stargate on there as well. But I loved the freebies on there. Just were so awesome because there were no constraints.
Yeah.
And when the tank game, the one where you could bounce shots off things to, I always loved that. That was my first. And then, am I just going through, or are you going to comment? So I keep rolling.
Yeah, keep going. I'll stop you if I got any.
I never had an Atari.
If I got any puzzlers for you.
I never had an Atari. I'm not that old, Todd.
Then I think maybe my second one would have been I know I'm going to miss something, but the original Sega 8-bit Sega. And my favorite game on there, the only game I can think of that I played all the time was the original Sonics. Although I also then quickly upgraded to the Sega CD, which I still have. And I loved the game. It was the first game where basically they had filmed like a short movie, if you will, and depending upon it was a murder mystery, and depending upon how you answered, it would play a specific segment, and the goal was to actually solve this murder, who murdered whom, in the game before they showed you all the scenes, and they would show you all the scenes leading up, and then if you got all the puzzles right, then it would line up and kind of play the thing end to end. So that was, I can't remember the name of it right now, but that was my absolute favorite thing, favorite game with that. Then I immediately got the Sega Dreamcast, and my favorite game there was the fishing game, the bass fishing
Oh, I remember that.
game.
It wasn't Clue, was it, Todd?
It wasn't Clue. It was a different one. It was something Night. If you said it, I would know it, but it wasn't Clue.
And you'd classify it as a murder mystery game.
It was a murder mystery, yeah, on Sega CD. And I remember it had like big name actors. It had actors that you'd seen on TV before too. Like not all of them, but like I think there's one or two who were like, "Holy cow, that's a real movie star." So it's kind of cool.
Who Shot Johnny Rock?
Nope, not it.
Snatcher? Or Snatchers?
I think that might have been it.
Rise of the Dragons? Or Rise of the Dragon?
No, it wasn't that. And anyway, so yeah, Sega Dreamcast was my fishing. I don't, because it's gonna be. I was a big time gamer. Then I had the era of working for the boutique, and so at that point, I got my. Oh, I forgot. Pre Atari, I didn't have one, but one of my best, Mr. Wegener, had the original Nintendo system. And you guys will get a kick out of this. You know what my favorite game was on that original, the very, very first Nintendo with the flat paddles? Dungeons and Dragons, baby.
Okay. That was your first D&D.
That was my first. Rob and I played D&D on the original Nintendo system like nobody's business.
First toe dip into the old D&D.
Exactly. Started young. They started me young. Anyway, so where was I? Past the Dreamcast, on to I had my first. So my first owned Nintendo was a Super Nintendo, and I was a sucker for Donkey Kong. Because I was truly a Sega guy, so I bought the Sega Saturn, and that's when I fell in love with the racing games. So the original Gran Turismo on the Sega Saturn. It is what hooked me, and I went from that to I can't remember the name of the. I had the 3DO, and there was a racing game there that had all the exotic Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and it was real footage of you were racing the car, and so I loved that, and that's when I fell in love with it. And so on the PlayStation, Gran Turismo would be my number one, even though I had all the SOCOM Navy SEALs. I've got
that was a good game too.
Yeah,
all the PlayStations up to the 4, and I would say still between the Grand Thefts and the Gran Turismos have been my go-tos from there. So that's my long-winded video game.
I started off with the Atari. Breakout was probably my favorite game because that's the one that my dad always wanted to play with us. So it would be me and my two sisters and my dad down there playing it. And I actually I don't have an Atari. The 2600 that we had at the time was new, and I think we had a bunch of the starter games, and that was really it. It's not we had every Atari game ever made or anything like that, but I have since bought like a retro version where it's like all in the paddles.
Oh yeah, it's got the game preloaded. Yeah,
it's not the same.
No.
And Cory, did you say that you like Duck Hunt?
Oh yeah.
I actually, the engineer who wrote there's a second Duck game for Atari at the time. The engineer who wrote that worked for me twice.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
No shit.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I'll send it to you after the fact. I've shown it to you before. I'm like, as soon as I met this guy, he's got so many awesome stories. You guys would love him.
What would you call it? Duck Hunt 2? Duck Harder?
It wasn't Duck Hunt 2. It wasn't like that. I'll send you the title over. I'll find it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Duck Battle.
Yeah, I think I started with. I think I've always been a PlayStation guy. Well, no, before that I was computer games like CD-ROM type of games.
Yeah.
And because
Doom.
I was gonna say that's where everyone's got to start with Doom.
My first I had, but that wasn't CDs. It was like 9 3.5 inch diskettes. Yeah, that you would load. And the very first job I had was I was a computer instructor, and so there were classrooms where they were all networked in. They had a network guy that was on staff who had networked all these classrooms, and we used to go in there. I would work. I would teach a class, get out at 5, go home, eat, come back, meet my buddies. I had a key to the building, and we would go in and load Doom up and then play it for hours.
Yeah, Doom was a hell of a game.
Yeah. When I got into the computer games, the CD-ROMs, as a Star Wars nerd, I was always about the Star Wars game, and there's always a new Star Wars game that was coming out.
Bob.
Yeah.
How many copies of Leisure Suit Larry did you have?
Leisure Suit Larry. That's a good question.
I've heard the lore of this game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, it was. You're like, oh my God, I didn't know you could do a game like this.
Well, so for those people out there,
yeah,
that don't know what Leisure Suit Larry is,
yeah,
I think you now have to give them an insight to
what
that game is.
I'm going to leave that to Todd.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
I refused. Nope. I refused. And then it's just not going to happen.
One of you two has to do it.
I think that is the first appearance of porn in the mainstream. I think that's how I would kind of coin it. Leisure Suit Larry is all the freaking sexually what's the word? It's not political. Like the shit you're not supposed to do. A whole game genre made up around inappropriate comments to women, having them scantily clad. Like, it's the most chauvinist fantasy. It's Grand Theft Auto without stealing of cars.
Yeah. Well,
it's just the strip clubs and hookers.
Let me read to you the description from Wikipedia for Leisure Suit Larry. Leisure Suit Larry is an adult-themed sex comedy video game series. It centers on Larry Laffer, a middle-aged man known for his balding head, penchant for double entendre, and iconic leisure suits. The stories typically focus on his unsuccessful attempts to seduce young women, portraying him as an unsuccessful pickup artist. A common link between the games are Larry's explorations of luxurious and cosmopolitan hotels, ships, beaches, resorts, and casinos.
That's what I said.
And it was first released in 1987.
Indeed.
I wonder if there's still a place you can play it.
Oh, I'm sure there's some sort of a
a lot of gray bushers out there playing
like
that.
a zip file. What do they call it? A modulator? No. When you're creating like a retro, you're trying to recreate the game, but you're doing it in a way that is a self-contained, like an app you could put on your phone or whatever.
I don't know the term for that.
All right. I remember playing Arcade Defender when I was a kid at a friend's house, and desperately wanted it for Christmas, but never ever got it. So I naturally bought one as a grown man.
That always hurts around Christmas time when your friends are getting all that stuff, and
I'm like,
you're the one left out.
Bob.
Yeah.
Can I? And I hate, I don't want to do this all the time, but I just realized my favorite video game though of all time was originally from the Neo Geo, but I never had one of those systems. But they made it for PlayStation. Military Madness is the greatest video game in the history.
Military Madness?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that.
Greatest strategy military game in the history of the universe, but it originally came out on Neo Geo. Dan Vandenboom introduced me to that. It's by Nectarsis.
1989. Yeah. A turn-based strategy video game set in the year 2089.
Coming up.
It's just around the corner.
Exactly. And I've been preparing.
Dude, none of us are going to be alive in 2089.
But I'm ready to fight, Bob. I'm going to freeze my cryo my brain. Jerome's going to make sure that I get a good body, and we'll be good to go.
Oh, you're having your head separated before you are frozen?
Toss the body.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to keep the moneymaker. You know that.
Todd's severed head and his dong right in just a little box.
I mean,
by the side of Mary's bed.
His face,
because Mary's definitely outliving you, Todd.
His face has a place he can keep it while it's frozen.
Make it so, Todd.
Why does my mouth taste funny?
What's this little stringy hair in my mouth?
Exactly. Why does my jaw hurt?
Oh,
yeah.
Don't give yourself too much, buddy.
Yeah. How do I feel? How would you feel if you've been frozen for 1,000 years with your own dick in your mouth?
Exactly.
With a tuna can in your mouth.
Yeah.
Exactly. My jawbone's unhinged. And my neck is sore.
It's 2189. We decided after 100 years it was time. We think we've got a robot body that's going to suit you. You may be wondering why your jaw's sore.
just so you know.
I almost did a spit take.
Yeah, so I was into the Star Wars games. And the prequels had just come out. So I had the what do they call it? That desert race that the little kid, Darth Vader as a kid, did in the first one.
Oh yeah. The cart, those little carts. Yeah. That's cool.
Yep. And then, I would just go, I don't think I had the PS1. I think I started with the PS2, but I've, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I remember when this first Spider-Man game came out, and it was like a, massive, not a multiplayer game, but a massive world. And you could just web swing your ass off for hours, solving, this challenge or finding this treasure here on this interactive searchable map of New York City. Or Queens, I guess. I thought that was an awesome game. And then, of course, Grand Theft Auto. I think I came in at 2. I don't think I played the first one, but bought.
I think I have the first 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, and that was something. That was. I mean, did you ever play it?
Yeah, actually, that was a PC game that one of the first PC games that I was introduced to. Mm-hmm. Was Grand Theft Auto. But yeah, we played it on PlayStation.
Yeah, just hours lost.
Which is funny too, because you were a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
Todd was the Sega guy.
Yep.
And PlayStation.
And PlayStation.
I mean, ultimately, when Sega went away, I transitioned smoothly. Sorry.
Every time Todd, after he graduated from college, every time I would go over to his place, he always had whatever console was
the newest
from each manufacturer. He had one of each of them.
Oh, I mean, hey,
always covered with the games, and he would have multiple TVs like side by side where he'd be watching a game, watching a ball game. We did play in here.
So that's how we
planned out our basement. I remember that we did. We had 3 TVs. So you could play video games on either side and watch whatever movie or show you wanted while you could video.
Yeah, this was his. I don't know if it was it was your first place after college, but
second
place.
Yeah, that was in Milford. Yeah, because we were in Livonia. We bought. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the Livonia one.
Oh, that was
Was that your first
I didn't have 3 TV. I did.
You had
no. We only had 2. We had two set up there. When we got to Milford, though, that's when we were able to go full 3 wide with 2 gaming. That's so funny too, Bob. This is talk about something that kids would never see. I had 2 32-inch tube, and they were set up for high definition, so they were horizontal.
Right.
But 2 32-inch tube televisions just for video gaming on either side of my 50-inch rear projection high definition. Holy cow!
Yeah, and that's the other thing I remember
And
about
and the first gen plasma TV upstairs. Remember that had the first 40, the largest 42-inch Toshiba plasma TV. Yeah.
Yep. I remember going to the Milford house, and that was the first time I really realized that you had literally a TV in every single room. Bathroom, each bedroom, living room, rumpus room, dining room, kitchen. Like he had to have a dozen, at minimum, dozen TVs in the house.
That's still the joke, right? How many TVs does Todd have?
Yeah.
I was saying, I see that tradition completely carried on.
Yeah. But I got to go with Todd once when he was buying one of them from ABC Warehouse. And that's when I really got a good glimpse of the kind of deal maker that Todd is. And the shit that he would talk them into throwing in. And the arguments. Why would I do that? Hey, if I'm investing in this, I feel like this is naturally something that should be in there. Why isn't it in there? Well, maybe instead of that, that extra warranty you want me to buy, I think maybe you should throw this in. What's in it for me if I get the warranty? You may never fix my TV.
Todd walked out of there with them paying him for the TV.
I got a lot of shit. And you want to say this is 100% true, and it is not an exaggeration. Mary and I, every week at some point, have a meal or a snack or something out of the salad bowls that I got from ABC Warehouse that I made them throw in on a deal to buy TVs and a stove, dude. They weren't even a part of any other bags. I'm like, and I want those bowls. I think it was somebody bought for his mom or something. He's like, I bought these bowls for my mom. I'm like, and I want you to throw those in too.
Yeah, I'm buying a lot of stuff from you. What are you going to do for me? Like I could, and that was Todd's really greatest gift, was the ability to walk away from everything if he didn't get exactly what he wanted. Well, thanks a lot. I think I'm done here. And he had them pull shit out of the back, up from the rafters. And it's like, okay, so I'm going to be buying, it's going to be a new washer, a new microwave, dishwasher, 4 TVs, and I want the salad bowls. We can't do that. All right. And then out he would go, and they would follow him out to the parking lot. Well, hold on. Maybe we can come to some understanding here. How about some soup base, With that, what is it going to take to get this deal done today, Mr. Dillon?
Dude. And I still,
that was fun.
If we go into Best Buy, if I go in there tomorrow, I'll be like, how much for that TV? And they're like,
yeah,
well, it's $1,600, Mr. Dillon. I'm like, what if I buy 4 of them?
Yeah.
They're like,
then how much are they?
Then how much are they? Like, oh, if you do that deal, we could do $900 a piece. I'm like, perfect. I'll take 2 at $900.
Yeah, the day that they stopped doing haggling for pricing was the day. It was a sad day for Todd, I think.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
That day, dude, Bob, that day hasn't come.
Oh,
I do that
Warehouse?
right now.
They still
whichever ones you can find.
Dude, Best Buy, even Home Depot.
You're haggling for the price of a wrench?
No. I mean, but if there's something that's high cost, like again, TVs, appliances, or whatever,
yeah,
you can. That's haggling is still on the table. You don't have to pay what the price, what suckers pay that what's on the tag.
I love Todd.
So you talking about Todd walking away from a deal?
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of a time. You know Amy Koss,
yeah,
a good friend from back in the day. Todd, you might have met her at the wedding. But either way, we were out and about. She was looking for a TV, so we were at Best Buy, and they had this brand new, like, paper thin, curved Samsung TV with all the wireless Bluetooth, speakers and subwoofers, and beautiful looking TV. So we're sitting there looking at it. They don't have, obviously there's no price tag or anything on it. So we're just kind of milling around looking, and finally I got curious, and there was a salesperson over in the corner talking with this couple looking at like this $500 TV. So I'm like, well, while Amy's waiting for whatever she's waiting on, I'll see if I can just ask him the price on that. So I was kind of waiting behind him, and he finally had a little break in conversation. He turned around, he's like, can I help you with anything? I said, yeah. I said, I was just wondering the price on that Samsung TV over there. He literally basically looked at this couple and was like, fuck you guys. I'm going with him. And I was like, oh, no, don't. Okay. And we walked over to the TV. Oh, yeah, this is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's like cost on. He's like, oh, it's like $14,000. And I just went, ha! And I turned around and I walked away. And he went back to the couple. And they were like, fuck you, dude. Like, we don't want to deal with you anymore.
Yeah.
So he completely lost out that day.
Dude, you could have got that TV for $8.
Todd would have gotten it for you for $8.
Even for $8, I wouldn't have done it.
I was gonna say, actually, I have the Samsung 82-inch 8K TV, and Best Buy, and I did not pay what was on the sticker by a lot, and I got the freaking extra plan, and I got a freaking free video game.
Leisure Suit Larry.
True story. I freaking gamed the system when I bought my last TV, and I'll do it till they stop making TVs.
Jesus.
I kind of want to do Schnozzcast Theater with one of us playing the salesman. And I want to hear, is that something that, how would we?
I don't know at this point, buddy.
That'd be tough. For another time, maybe.
But to circle back to my original point.
Yeah.
About all the different game systems.
Sure.
Hang on, my headphones are cutting out.
Oh, hold on.
And it's funny, Bob. I was just thinking. I know. Well, he's getting his headset done, but I actually didn't. I had the Xbox. I have all the Xboxes, right, all the way to the Xbox One. But anyway, all the racing games for the same for me. I forgot to mention as we were going through the games. So to your point, I did have every video game system that ever came out, almost ever, other than the Neo Geo, is I think one of the few that I don't have the PlayStation 5 because they kept delaying Gran Turismo.
Right. Yeah, they I don't even know if you could get a PS5 easy these days with the tariffs and everything.
No, like so the only reason I would play the Navy SEAL, the SOCOM games and all those. I love those, but the thing that grabs me is being able to build and race cars that you customize and the real deal. Gran Turismo, that's now and Forza Racing is fairly close in the Xbox line. I keep dragging us backwards, don't I?
That's all right, though, because those games are, I mean, I feel like we've all played a different set of games.
Well, before my headphones went out, that's what I was getting back to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we all kind of had our different systems that we liked, but when we were kids, that was one of the other great things, too, was you knew which kid in the neighborhood had which system. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to play a certain game, you knew exactly whose house you were going to and you know what game you were going to play.
Yeah.
And everyone in the neighborhood just contributed to that. You know, there was plenty of times where there was anywhere between 2 to 10 of us in my parents' basement playing video games. And, you know, then we'd run down the street to Kyle's house because, you know, he had, the old Nintendo that we wanted to play. And it was just a roundabout thing.
Yeah.
And again, like I think that's definitely something that you'll probably never, ever see again now with, you know, all online gaming and stuff like that. Kids can just sit at home and play each other online.
A game cartridge.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I mean, that's right there with CDs and cassettes.
Yeah. I actually was thinking, I remember when, I could talk about video gaming too, I'm sorry to do this, but do you remember when Mortal Kombat?
But my favorite game, turns out.
No, it's not my favorite game, but that was one of the most popular games ever, the original Mortal Kombat and Tekken in those fighting games. I remember working at that point. I was working at an electronics boutique, and we would get hundreds of them in, and every day they would be gone. We couldn't keep them in stock. But the one cool thing was, well, no one other than the luckiest few who were willing to wait in line all night long for these games, I would go home on the night that it was the night before it was released with the brand new game because we had to took the cartridge out of the display box, so I was able to take the newest game and play it a night before the public was. That was pretty cool times.
Did any of you guys ever have like like a handheld game?
Oh yeah,
oh yeah. I was thinking about that too.
Oh, baseball and football are my two favorite. The Mattel.
Talk about like was it Mattel or Coleco? The electronic football, electronic baseball.
Both. Yep.
Oh, they both had it?
Mattel's versions were mine. I was a Mattel guy more than a Coleco guy, and I never had a ColecoVision either, but played it. And it sucked.
How about Game Boys? Did you do the Game Boy thing?
Yes, I still have a Game Boy and whatever the thing that was next, the Game Boy Extreme or whatever the
Game Boy Color.
I got a white one.
Game Boy Pocket.
The one that flips. It's like a flip phone thingy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's color. I got one of those.
I know what you're talking about too. I can't think of the name of the
version. Another funny thing. I own a brand new, never opened, first generation, first year of availability Nintendo Switch.
Really?
I do. Never even opened the box.
Game Boy Advance was the flip one.
That's the one. I got one of those.
I had the PSP. Obviously sticking with the
I never had one of those.
Oh yeah, those were huge.
I really loved it. I could watch movies on it. It was the first online thing where
it was kind of like the first like streaming device that like on the go streaming device.
Yeah, I loved it,
dude. I remember
I never had one. That's awesome.
Oh, dude, I remember the year they came out and like the craze over those.
Yeah, they were sexy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sleek and black and big ass screen.
Game Boys were cool. You know,
sleek and black
with your big ass screen.
Exactly.
And those knobs.
Those are nipples, Bob. Those are nipples, Bob.
Two little buttons I can push.
Yeah. Is that the on switch?
No, further down. There we go. Now it's on.
No, the nipples are the key to my heart, Corey.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
But going from the Game Boy or even like the what was the Sega handheld one?
I'm looking at the Gizmondo.
Oh, I didn't know.
Tigris Gizmondo.
No.
The Game King Nintendo DS. It was mid 2000s.
No.
The Sega Game Gear.
Game Gear?
I have a Wii.
Okay.
Oh, and I forgot I had a Wii too.
Yeah.
I still have one. And bowling and tennis are my favorite games.
Oh, Wii Tennis was, man, that was a huge when the Wii came out. Wii parties and everything.
Mm-hmm. I never had one of those, but I have a Wii. Yeah. Or I pronounce it Owie.
That's a callback.
That's a deep cut. Deep cut from Todd Dillon.
Yeah, but going
Hit
from
the button.
There's no button for that.
No,
there's a rim shot.
He's gonna get one.
No.
Oh. Yeah, I told you to get one. So yeah, the PS5 that I have, I got, even though it's not the one I wanted. I wanted the one that took the discs. But you couldn't get one. And I'm like, how long do you have to wait? And so finally when it became available, it was just the digital version. So that's what I've got. I've played one game.
That's all you've played on it?
Yeah.
Which game?
Spider-Man.
Okay. That's all right.
But yeah, I don't have time we do a podcast every week.
Yeah.
I got a job, you know.
Well, I threaten Danielle all the time when, if I'm out.
You have a weather lady girlfriend?
Yeah.
If I'm out in the garage too late or whatever, she's, we didn't get to watch this or that. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take up video games. I said, I'll set up something in the basement that I can get home, go right downstairs, just game all night. You're not doing that. I'm like, well, then get in the garage for a little bit, working on something.
Right.
Let me be. I'll be in.
Let me be, woman.
Let me be, woman.
And that's Sorry, I always threaten to start picking up gaming so I can waste all my time with that.
Yeah. The threat of gaming is a real threat.
When it helps because she sees her brothers and they're
Yeah.
they're big gamers and she sees that and she's like, well, no, I don't want you to do that. I'm like, well, then I get some extra time in the garage.
But didn't one of her brothers get married?
No, he's not married yet. They're just living. They're currently living together.
Okay, but that
don't let him talk to me. Have him dial in. I'll fix that. Don't do it, brother.
I wonder if
I'm sure Danielle would love that, Todd.
I wonder if married life for him is going to be continuing to play those games, or if he's going to get to talk.
No, he's not. She can take that away from him.
No.
Get me in touch with him, Cory. Let me save him.
No, because here's the problem. She's a gamer as well.
Dude,
oh, well.
You still don't get it. You're too newly married. It doesn't matter that she's a gamer as well, because you know what she's going to do? She's going to take up knitting or some other crazy ass thing and not going to want to do that anymore. That's going to get me in touch with him, Cory. Let me fix this. Let me fix this before it goes wrong.
But yeah, one of their rooms in their house, they have 2 desks set up next to each other that they can do their live streaming and all that. And so I don't know if 2 wrongs make a right, Bob, but
that seems like a tough arrangement.
Yeah, when that
you're not really spending time together.
No.
I mean, hey, if they, and again too, we're also talking Alex is 11 years younger than us.
Yeah, so, let me talk to him.
There's a pretty big gap there.
Let me talk to him.
So if it works for them, it works for them, I guess. I
don't know. Let me help him out.
I don't know, Todd. He might be too deep now.
You're going to be hearing from Danielle soon about that, I think.
That's what I said. Danielle would love that if Todd talked to him.
At least negotiate what you're going to lose anyway. At least put it on a...
Todd, always haggling. That's always haggling.
But yeah, so even speaking of her brother, that's 11 years younger than us. Talk about having some old moments. I remember we were discussing something one day, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, you remember Surge, the pop energy drink in the green can? And he just stared at me with this blank stare, and I was like, dude, Surge. I'm like, he's like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like, you weren't around when Surge was a thing. I'm like, fuck, I feel old.
Beverly Hills Cop.
But since what?
Yeah, sorry, what? Oh, Surge.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Jesus.
Got it. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
So then I bought him a can of it, and he had it, and he's like, that might be the greatest thing I've ever tasted. I'm like, this is nothing compared to what it used to be back in the day. And I had a bunch of cans at home, and he watched the dogs for us once when we were up north. And I came home, and guess what? It was all gone. My stash of Surge.
You've told that story before. Yes.
Did I?
You have.
I feel like our Surge, yours is Surge, but our Surge is Jewel Cola.
Oh, I had that too.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was before your time.
Well, so it was probably
or St. Ides.
St. Ides is malt liquor.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Tomato.
No, we was talking about 2 brands of soda pop.
I know.
And went
Todd through and
straight to malt liquor.
That's the black man soda pop. At least this black man.
Speaking for all black men.
That makes sense.
I said at least this black man. I corrected it.
But I think Jolt was the original one came out when you were younger, and then they did like a re-release like they did with Surge.
Like Old English 800. 8-ball.
Yes, just like that booze.
Wow. So, what were some pops / malt liquor beverages that you grew up with? DM us on Instagram, people.
They used to have great commercials. You remember the Blue Bull from Schlitz Malt, or was it
that's
the Blue Bull or Black Bull?
It was Red Bull or Blue Bull.
It was Blue Bull.
Yeah. I think I only ever had the Blue Bull.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Blue Bull more didn't it have more alcohol than Red Bull?
Well, Red Bull. Oh yes, there was a Red. I don't remember which was the more potent? I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the.
But am I
only
right
had
in
the Blue
thinking
Bowl.
one of them was
Yes,
more
you are
potent than the
correct.
other? Okay.
Yes, and then there was Mickey's, which was right in
Mickey's
the middle.
big mouth. Yeah.
And you know what's sad? Anyone under a certain age range, when you guys were just
Has
talking about
already
Red
turned
Bull,
us
and,
off.
no, talking about Red Bull and Blue
Yeah.
Bull, they were like, oh, the two original flavors of the Red Bull energy drink.
No. Yeah.
That's exactly what that someone
Sure.
would think.
I
we were talking about Todd Dillon soda pop.
Yeah. Old English 8-ball. Old English
Mickey's.
800. Mickey's.
Schlitz.
MD 2020.
Well, now you've gone over to cheap wines. Then now we're getting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have.
Exactly. You didn't.
Your
you didn't exit cleanly.
soda pop to malt liquor transition was a lot smoother than what I just did. But that lets me talk about Boone's Farm, 3 for $5, Strawberry Hill.
There you go, Strawberry Hill, baby.
Yeah.
Boone's Farm is gross too.
Dude,
it was delicious.
Sweet tarts, baby.
3 for
Sweet
$5?
tarts.
Oh my God.
Can't beat
Can't
it.
beat it. Can't beat
No,
it.
sir. 3 bottles of cheap
With a
wine.
with a $4 bottle of Palo Viejo rum to chase it.
Oh.
Ooh, that's me throwing up in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that. And now I'm going to. All right, boys. You ready to bring it to a close?
Sounds like a
Let's do
plan.
Bring it home? All
Let's
right.
do it.
Hey, thank you, everybody, for joining. Join us next week for another episode. And in the meantime, on behalf of Cory and Todd, this is Bob saying peace out for next week.